speaking of being in the age of the pandemic, Rob, obviously one of the hardest hit industries is, of course, the movie industry, in particular, the movie theaters. Not AMC so much because they had $8 million to hand out in executive bonuses, apparently, but F those guys. But it has been a very, very tough time for the movie theaters, and we just saw another kind of hint of that today, as this morning news has come out that popular movie theater chain, and not the biggest one, but certainly a popular one, Alamo Drafthouse, has officially filed for bankruptcy. Things have been rough for these theaters. It is tough to have a movie industry business where you're renting these places that could cost in excess of $300,000 to $1 million a month for rent and keep the lights on and keep things going. Now, apparently, don't worry too much. Like, Alamo Drafthouse will survive. They're having to sell all their assets to another investor group. They're going to reorganize their rent payments and leases and all these kinds of things, and they will come out on the other side of this. By the way, Sneaker Bros sends in a super chat badge in the live chat. Thank you, Sneaker Bros. They are apparently going to come out of this. Now, Rob, it also looks a little shady because the chairman of Alamo Drafthouse is a guy by the name of Tim League, who I have had some philosophical issues with over the years. But Tim League is the chairman and kind of part of the ownership group. And the ownership group they're selling the assets to is an ownership group that also involves Tim League. So it kind of looks like they're going to end up getting bankruptcy protection while not actually moving anything around, really. But I'm sure it's being done all appropriately and being done like that. But Rob, again, it's just another sign and another signal in the sky that things have been really rough, and we're starting now to see some of the real repercussions there on a popular entity like Alamo Drafthouse. Rob, you hear about this news. What's your take on it?
Well, I mean, obviously, Tim League has been, I guess he's the heart and soul of the Alamo Drafthouse. I look, anything that can keep movie theaters alive through this, I'm all for. I think it probably hasn't been easy for them. They've expanded quite a bit in the last couple of years. I know they finally made it here into the LA market, and I think they're doing whatever they need to do to survive. And Chapter 11 is a restructuring thing, and I'm hoping it all works out. Because I like what they do at the Alamo Drafthouse. I think that you've been there, right? The LA one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been to the LA one. It's a really nice theater.
Yeah, and I hope it sticks around.
Now, and now everybody should keep in mind, too, that when you hear that a company has filed for Chapter 11, that doesn't mean they're going out of business necessarily. Like, a lot of the times, what it means is they file for certain protections from the court against their debtors that allows them to then restructure, refinance, and propose new ways to pay off existing debts and to keep moving forward as a business. But the only way they can do that is if they get those temporary protections. So this is actually a plan by Alamo Drafthouse to stay in business. Now, obviously, it's still not a good sign. It does mean they're in difficult shape, but this is a move that's being done to keep them in business. So don't expect that this news. Now, they will be closing. The news article did say, Rob, that they are going to be closing a number of their locations. It didn't give an exact number of how many locations, but apparently they will have to shut down some of them. But Alamo Drafthouse will continue to endure, at least for now. And by the way, Donaldo Martinez sends in a super chat badge in the live chat. Thank you, Donaldo. Appreciate that, man. The question is for you guys. Have you guys gone to Alamo Drafthouse? It's a really good theater experience if you have not. What do you think about this news? Do you think they're going to ultimately survive? Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys.